Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome tonight to the Neshaminy High School All Sports Hall of Fame induction. My name's Lisa Pennington. I'm an assistant principal here, and I'm also the athletic director, and I'm also an alumni, and I also attended Neshaminy High School and Maple Point High School. So for our Cougars that are getting in tonight, congratulations, and congratulations to our Redskins as well. So excited to have everyone here. Tonight we celebrate athletes, coaches, and contributors who have made a lasting impact on Neshaminy athletics. This Hall of Fame honors more than just stats and championships. It recognizes the dedication, sportsmanship, and Redskin and Cougar pride that define our school's legacy. Thank you for joining us tonight as we honor these outstanding individuals and celebrate the history and future of Neshaminy sports. I'd like to thank everyone for coming again. I'm going to turn it over to Mrs. Rachel Clemens and Mrs. Kathleen Hauser, who will be your MCs for tonight's events. And when we are done, they will escort you down to the center of Main Street, it's called now. It's a little different than some of you were when you were here. And we have some light refreshments for everyone. And then we will go out at halftime of the football game for you to be introduced in front of the home crowd. So if you can't stay for that, we understand, but your name will be introduced, and it will be up on the scoreboard in bright lights on the ridge one more time. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to our two MCs, and I hope you enjoy the evening.
Good evening, everyone. I am Rachel Clemens.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Hauser.
And we will do our best tonight to honor everyone for this very prestigious award here at Neshaminy High School. We are starting tonight with DeAndre Pollard, and Coach Pollard is actually here back at Neshaminy High School as the running backs coach. Some of his highlights as a player, he was on the Golden Team Player of the Year, PA Football Writers Association Player of the Year, All Southeastern Pennsylvania Golden 36 Team, and Mr. PA Football nominee. He was class of 2015, and if he could make his way towards the stage, DeAndre Pollard.
Thank you. All right, how's everybody doing tonight? Good. So first off, I'll be quick. I just want to go ahead and thank God first, my family, the Neshaminy community, coaches, family and friends, etc. This is absolutely a prestigious honor. In all honesty, it wasn't necessarily something that I immediately was thinking about when, I was engaging in my student-athlete career. Some of you may or may not know, I'm actually a Ben Salem resident originally, and I transferred into Neshaminy. I transferred into Neshaminy for my high school career, but it quickly became home, and it is somewhere I currently call home. As much so, I loved it so much that I came back to be a coach here, and hopefully coach someone that'll be standing in the same position that I am currently. Something that I loved about Neshaminy is coming in. I didn't necessarily know anybody coming into school, maybe one or two people. It's a very large school, as you may know, but through that community, through athletics, football, track and field as well, I quickly became ingratiated with the people here, quickly became a part of the family, and that's something that I'm extremely thankful for. When I originally started playing here, it was more so I was just looking to gain the respect of my peers, as well as coaches, other athletes around the league, etc., and just kind of further my career through college. But through my experience here, I feel like I experienced so much more. Going on to college, having that advantage that I feel like a lot of people do not get the experience. Being put in the positions that I currently am now, having the network that I have, having the experiences that I was able to experience, and having the people that I now cherish and have so close to me now. But honestly, I feel like tonight it's not only about myself, it's about all the other individuals that are here as well. A lot of us sacrificed a lot of things to be in the current positions that we are and to do the things that we have did in the past and will be moving forward. But I just hope that, with that being said, a lot of people take this, especially the younger athletes and younger students, take this as an opportunity and a little bit of motivation to see that this is something that's extremely possible for you as well when you go ahead and dedicate yourself and just put your best foot forward. But that's all I have for tonight. Hopefully see you guys at the game. Go Skins.
Congratulations. I just have to say it was a mistake to give me a mic, but I'm going to try to keep it short. I do want to congratulate all the inductees tonight. We are both two-time Hall of Famers up here, and super proud of that, and still involved in the community and the school. So we know what an honor it is. So we just want to say congratulations. Also, I am really mad at Rachel for making me wear blue, because I was on the red team, and she was on the blue team, and she wore red, so we did that on purpose, so go Skins. Okay, so next up is Matthew Rushwick. Matt. Yeah, buddy. Matthew is of the class of 2005. He is our baseball nominee for tonight. He was a 3-year varsity starter and a 2-time first team All-League in the SOL, which we know is so tough, and also a 2-time Carpenter Cup team participant. So congratulations, Matt Rushwick, class of 2005, baseball.
Thank you, everyone. Good evening, everyone. It's hard to believe it's been 20 years since we last stepped on the field, our field, where the outfield was a part of the Appalachian Trail, and third had a lip that had potential to eat anyone up, not that perfectly level synthetic carpet that you see out there today. Sorry, I'm just talking trash. That's a beautiful field out there, and we wish we played on it. Nonetheless, standing here, being inducted into the Hall of Fame is incredibly humbling. I want to start by thanking the committee for this honor. To be remembered 2 decades later means more than I can fully put into words. And to be back here surrounded by family and friends, it brings everything full circle. As I reflect on what this game meant to me and still means, a few people stand at the center. First, my dad. He passed away just 3 years ago, and if he was here tonight, he'd be standing quietly in the back, looking like he just walked off the job site with a petrified Neshaminy baseball hat on top of his head, not wanting any attention, but beaming with pride on the inside. My dad wasn't just a supporter, he was the reason I even picked up a baseball. He taught me how to throw, how to keep my head up after a bad game, and how to carry myself with respect and humility on and off the field. I know he is here tonight, and I hope he knows how much of this honor belongs to him. And then there's Coach Cox, or better known as Uncle Den. I can't imagine coaching family is easy, especially Drew. But you never asked anything of the team that you didn't expect from me. Privilege didn't exist, nor should it. You taught me and the team how to lead, how to stay disciplined, how to be accountable, how to never lose a rubber match, and most importantly, how to get that bunt down. So thank you, Uncle Den. To my teammates from back then, some of whom are here tonight, thank you for the memories. We were a band of brothers then, and are a band of brothers still, and that will never change. That also includes Kim Albury and Lauren Solomon, the best managers to ever do it. Also, I tried to get Rudy Claypack here tonight to sing his epic rendition of Live Like You Were Dying, but unfortunately he was booked. To my family, my beautiful wife, Michelle, daughters Ella and Sawyer, mom and brother, thank you for all your continued support, and I love you. Finally, thank you to this school, this community, and every person who walked beside me on this journey. I'm honored, I'm grateful, and I'm proudly part of this Hall of Fame. Thank you very much.
All right, our next inductee of the night is Jeffrey Murtha. Oh, it's Brittany. All right, we'll go with Brittany. All right, next up we have as our next inductee, Brittany Calvert-Sunkel, class of 2011 in girls bowling. Brittany was a team captain. She was also first team All-League. You can also see she has high game, high series, high average in the SOL National Conference, and she was also nominated and voted as Bowler of the Year. Congratulations, Brittany.
Hi, everyone. I can't tell you how honored I am to be standing here today, being inducted into the Neshaminy Hall of Fame. I am so excited and nervous and grateful for the opportunity to be here. I still remember walking into tryouts my freshman year. I was a 9th grader in middle school, and the thought of having a tryout with the high school girls was nerve-wracking to say the least. I was so nervous that when I went to throw my first ball, I held on to it for too long and threw it into the lane next to me. To make it worse, little did I know that I picked the 2 lanes where all the varsity girls were bowling. That day, I didn't bowl anywhere close to my potential. Only the top 15 players made the team, and I ended up being number 16. Instead of going home, I stayed behind and bowled 3 more games because I needed to prove to myself that I could do better once the nerves were gone. Thankfully, Miss Wargo stayed behind, and thank goodness she did because she saw what I was capable of. That year, instead of taking 15 bowlers, she decided to take 16. She gave me a chance, and I will forever be grateful for her for believing in me. The following 4 years were very successful for our team, filled with so many great memories and accomplishments. Even though my senior year looked different with Miss Wargo retiring, no matter how much I begged for her to stay for just 1 more year. I even convinced my best friends to join the team, which made that season that much better. Now, as a teacher myself, I try to pass along what I learned through being involved in Neshaminy. The more involved you are during high school, the more enjoyable and meaningful your time will be. Sports teach us to compete, but more importantly, they teach us relationships, experiences, and lessons that last long after the games are over. I need to thank the Neshaminy bowling program itself. This program is more than just where I bowled, it's part of who I am. In fact, my parents actually met on the Neshaminy bowling team when they were in high school. Without Neshaminy bowling, I literally wouldn't be standing here today. Most importantly, I want to thank my parents for always believing in me and being my biggest supporters, for driving me to bowling tournaments that were way too far, sitting through every game, cheering me on with every strike, and reminding me to focus on the next frame instead of dwelling on the one I just threw. I wouldn't be standing here tonight without you. Finally, I want to thank my family, my friends, my coaches, and everyone at Neshaminy who supports and inspires its athletes. Thank you for believing in me, encouraging me to do my best, and making me forever proud to be part of the programs here at Neshaminy.
Okay, next up for bowling is Jeffrey Murtha, class of 2012. I understand Anthony Vizzini is accepting on his behalf. Is that true? Is he here? Is he here? Okay. So some of Jeff's highlights, as you can see, he was a 3-year starter for the bowling team and the captain of the team. He has a high average of 210 and a high series of 732, and competed in the 2011 Team Masters in singles and team events in Reno, Nevada. So congratulations to Jeffrey Murtha, class of 2012 for men's bowling.
All right, next up, our cross-country inductee, class of 2015, Eric Chapman. Eric Chapman was a team captain and a 4-year varsity letter. In 2014, he was a state championship qualifier. In indoor track, he was also a 4-year varsity letter winner. He holds the school record in the 4x800 meters, and he also holds the freshman school record in the 300. Congratulations, Eric Chapman.
All right. First off, I'd like to give praise to all the other, fellow inductees tonight. I need to give a specific shout out to one of my closest friends who wasn't able to make it here tonight. He's another person that would be inducted. That is Dave Merrington. He's up in Vermont at his sister's wedding, so he couldn't make it. But phenomenal track athlete. I'm sure you guys will see all his accolades up here sometime soon. I need to shout out a few other close friends and teammates and acknowledge many other people at Neshaminy, as well as those in our greater cross-country track and field community who were tremendously impactful and very positive influences on me, going from middle school all the way through high school, which kind of led to my success. I'll start with a few teammates. I could probably list a million, but I'll just stick to cross-country here. Jack Haynes, Dustin Willing, Joe Sulan, and Gerard Tessier, a few of my closest friends, and I wouldn't be, as successful as a person, and especially not as an athlete without those guys. So, teammates, as all of you know, I'm sure the majority of this room, we're all athletes. You can't get where you are without your teammates and without your support system, and that's just, the first layer was those guys by my side every single day. Before I even got to high school, I got to give a shout out to Kristen and Mary Ellen Malloy. They're our friends from Ben Salem. They initially got me into cross country in middle school and connected me with a man named Greg Sargent, who was a coach at Pennsbury. All of these phenomenal coaches, extremely knowledgeable, just outstanding people. They really set me up for success. And that was before I even got into high school. Once I was in high school, Coach Russ Horrocks, who's no longer with us, he was a great man and a great mentor. He was like another grandfather to me. He was, so thoughtful and supportive. At one point, he even tutored me in math. I was always a terrible math student, but he was just a phenomenal guy. Coach Sid White, who is still with our programs today, he took over the program in the middle of my sophomore year. He's one of the most invested and passionate people that I've ever seen in our sport of cross country and track and field. So a lot of credit to him. And somebody who's actually not with us now, he's probably teaching, coaching, out on the football field, commentating. He's a man that does it all, is Sean D. Los Angeles. Anybody that knows Sean knows that he's just a tremendous individual, amazing character. He coached me in my final years of high school and is still now one of my closest friends. He's a phenomenal coach, again, one of those extremely positive, supporting type of individuals. I'm always going to forever be indebted to him because he encouraged me and invited me to coach with him on his staff 5 years ago. And that has been just as, satisfying, gratifying as any achievement as an athlete is, helping to develop, young guys and girls, on the track and cross country course. But I guess I'll wrap it up with the most critical thank you of all. That's my parents, my mom and dad. They've always been, there, loving, supporting, driving it all over the world for me. So I'm just very grateful to be in the Hall of Fame. I'm so happy to be part of this community as a whole. And just, thank you all for coming. So many friends and family out here tonight. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Next up, we have Charlotte Partlin Yakic from the class of 2001, the field hockey nominee. And you can see both of her field hockey and soccer accolades up here. Charlotte was a 3-year varsity starter for Neshaminy and first-year All-State and the Mid-East Region All-American. And we just recently found out, which is awesome, she is going to also be inducted into the Bloomsburg Hall of Fame in October. Accepting on her behalf is Marlia Partlin, her sister, who was also a phenomenal field hockey player. So the 2001 for field hockey, Charlotte Partlin Yakic. Congrats.
Thank you. So hello tonight. I have the honor of accepting this distinguished award for my talented sister who is legendary in the game of field hockey. She was fearless and a force to be reckoned with on the field. As her older sister, to say I'm proud is an understatement. My most cherished year with Charlotte was when we got to play 1 year together at Bloomsburg University. She led her college team to 3 NCAA Division II national championships with an overall record of 80-6 in her 4 years. I could go on and on about my little sister, but she actually did prepare a brief speech for this evening. Good evening. It means a lot to me to be inducted into the Neshaminy High School Hall of Fame. Although I'm not able to attend this evening, I would like to express my gratitude on how much this recognition means to me. I would like to thank the selection committee for this honor. I also want to thank my sister for accepting this honor on my behalf and for introducing me to the game of field hockey. Thank you to my parents for everything they have done for me throughout high school and beyond. To my coaches, Mrs. Pennington and Mrs. Curley, you knew how to push me to do my best. The discipline and drive you both instilled in me made me strive to be a better player and go on to play in college. I want to thank my teammates because none of this would have been possible without them. I'm proud to represent Neshaminy, and I'll always be grateful for the foundation it gave me. Charlotte did actually tell me one quote that she always remembered from Mrs. Pennington, and she had many of them because I had the pleasure of coaching with her, was on the field, if they weren't running to the ball, she would always say, stop posing for pennies, okay? And to end that, thank you for this honor, and I hope everyone has a wonderful evening celebrating the inductees. Thank you.
Next up, we have another football inductee coming out of the class of 1976, Mark Simpson. Mark Simpson here at Neshaminy was a 3-year varsity letter winner, Mr. Lyman Award, and part of the 1975 Lower Bucks County champions. Tonight, accepting on Mark Simpson's behalf, we believe, is one of his family members. Yes? Okay, great. And you can introduce yourself as you come up on the stage. So congratulations to Mark.
Hi, we just want to take a moment to, on behalf of the entire Simpson family, to thank Neshaminy for this honor. It was actually 11 years ago to this day. We were here for another honor for our Uncle Mark. He played a variety of sports for Neshaminy, but football was always his passion. If you could just give me 1 minute, I wasn't expecting to speak. So after Neshaminy, our Uncle Mark went to the New Mexico Highlands University, where he played for the Cowboys football team in Las Vegas, New Mexico. Unfortunately, before he could play for the Dallas Cowboys, I know, he played for college in 1977 and 1978. Unfortunately, we did lose our uncle at 20 years old during football season while he was in the locker room exercising. His memories and his legacy live on with our family members, and being honored by the high school is such incredible for us, and we just love that you guys took the time to be able to honor us. So on behalf of our entire family, we would like to thank the school. Thank you.
Next up is our nominee for indoor track, Alyssa Zukowski, class of 2015. Alyssa holds the school record for 100-meter hurdles. Oh my gosh. School record for the 60-meter hurdles. I can't say that. National championship qualifier for the 60-meter hurdles and 4x100 relay. Congratulations, Alyssa Zukowski, class of 2015, indoor track.
First and foremost, thank you to Neshaminy for putting all this together, and congratulations to all the other inductees tonight.
I want to thank you to my parents for always making sure I had rides to and from practices and doing everything that they can do to get me to all the soccer games and track meets. When thinking what I wanted to say in my speech, it became immediately obvious. I want to recognize the individuals that have had the biggest impact on me, my sports career at Neshaminy, because these lessons echo into today and have shaped me and the mindset I have 10 years later. First, one of my best friends growing up, fellow inductee tonight, Fran Donato. I told her last minute, you're going to be in my speech. We trained for preseason, running together in the summer. No matter how much time she took in our off season, she would always come back in no time come back like no time had passed and crush me in every one we did together and in the 1.5 mile test we had to do for soccer. It was then I found out there are some people that are simply just going to be more naturally gifted and more talented than you in life. And if you ever want to compete at that level, you're just going to have to train that much harder. From then on, I began training months earlier before everyone else. I even did that into my college track career because I knew what I was up against because of what she had taught me, so thank you. I also want to recognize Coach Harn, who pushed me into doing hurdles and why I stand here on this stage. He told me something that I still hear in my head today. Alyssa, you run like a bulldog. You're all over the place. And if you couldn't tell, this is not a compliment. But he always followed it up with, but you always get the job done. And if you know me, that's exactly how I live my life. It's not a straight path forward. It's not always pretty, but he's right. I do get the job done. And he taught me to adapt and develop over time so we can do it better the next time. Lastly, I want to recognize my head coach, Margie. No matter if we asked her to make our breaks longer or have us do less runs, she always held us accountable and said no. From this, I learned that even when you think your legs can't move any faster and your body feels like it can't go any further, it's all in your head. Your mentality and your thoughts are the only thing stopping you from going so much further on the track and in life. I also want to shout out to Coach Clem because I wasn't sure if you're going to be here tonight. Still to this day in my head, I always hear, don't cut your corners, and I live that still to this day. I'm so grateful for all of my experiences here and so proud to be honored with you all tonight, so congratulations to everyone.
Next up, our inductee for indoor track, class of 2015, Ben Matsky. Ben, you can see up here, was in SLL All-League First Team in 2014. He repeated that in 2015. He also made it to Penn Relays in the 4x400 Philadelphia area finalist. And he also holds the school record in the 4x400 meter relay team. Congratulations, Ben.
Thank you. It's really, truly an honor to be nominated to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. I'd like to thank the committee, especially considering my sport is essentially just me running around in a circle really fast. And, you know, from freshman year through senior year, had a lot of different sprint coaches, a lot of different head coaches. So, I mean, in particular, senior year was definitely where I thrived the most. And I'd like to thank the coaches who were responsible for that year, especially Coach Sid White, Coach D. Los Angeles, and Coach Manzer, who the three of them really put me through some real doozies of workouts and track meets between 300 hurdles, 4x8, 4x4, all the individual races. Essentially, I was just a big Swiss Army knife for the team. And in particular, just you don't get there, as Eric said earlier, without a lot of your teammates pushing you through. And especially with the relay teams, you're extremely dependent on your team in particular. And so guys I'd like to thank in that regard, RJ Boop, Sean Conway, Kyle O'Connell, Anthony Murray, and in particular, Dave Marrington, who is probably one of the most talented track athletes I've seen run through 300 hurdles. And he himself pushed me to get better and better at 300 hurdles my senior year as well, too. He and I taking first place for the Central Bucks West relays and the gold. In particular, though, most of all, I'd like to thank my parents. I was your second child who decided to do indoor track, so it was a whole another 4 years of getting up at, I don't know what it was, 6 a.m. in the morning, getting me to the bus on a Saturday, and then driving to either Lehigh, Glen Mills, and you even drove me all the way to the state championship tournament in a snowstorm after suffering through a whole weekend of gym night. So in particular, I'd like to thank the dedication and love that you guys showed to me throughout my entire high school career. And I mean, just track's such an incredible sport. It taught me a lot about dedication, hard work, persistence. I'll be honest, I didn't do any sports in college. I ran a marathon out of spite because someone told me I couldn't, but I don't really think that counts. And all those lessons, they brought me to who I am today, brought me to, great job I have, wonderful fiance, and a ton of friends who I love. So thank you again, and congratulations to all the other inductees.
Awesome. Another 2015. Look at all you guys. I love that. That's so cute. All right, so next up for the class of 2015, the lacrosse nominee is Francesca Donato. Francesca was a 4-year varsity letter holder winner for lacrosse, and also the school record holder for 105 single season goals, the school record holder with 319 career goals, and in 2015 received the U.S. Marine Corps Distinguished Athlete Award. I also played at St. Joe's, so another Hawk, whoop whoop, Hawks. So congratulations, Francesca Donato, class of 2015, lacrosse. Yeah, Hawks,
let's go. Opening my paper. All right. Good evening, everyone. I am truly honored to be standing here tonight as an inductee to the Neshaminy High School Girls Lacrosse Hall of Fame. This moment means so much because it isn't just about me, it's about the teammates, coaches, and family who made this journey unforgettable. When I first joined this program, we weren't exactly known for being the team that won championships, but what we did do was improve every single year. We pushed ourselves, we grew together, and by my senior year, we finished with a 9-8 winning record. And for us, that meant everything. Thank you to the Neshaminy High School Hall of Fame Committee and the athletic director, Mrs. Pennington, for choosing me to receive this honor. To my coach, Ashley Belmonte LePage, and to all my teammates I had over the 4 seasons of playing. I'd like to throw a couple shout outs to all my friends and previous teammates who showed up tonight to support. And of course, a couple special thanks to my family for being with me through it all. Elena, it brings so much joy. Oh my God, I'm not choking up. It brings me so much joy that I was able to share 2 seasons with you, as most siblings do not get to share that opportunity. Mom, you're my rock. And Dad, you've always pushed me to be my best on and off the field, and you continue to do so. For those who don't know, my dad is the current boys lacrosse coach here at Neshaminy, and because of that, he has had the opportunity to walk through the facilities time and time again. So I have received a couple of pictures of the empty girls lacrosse plaque outside of Gym 3 over the years. So I think he's been more excited for this night than I am. Shout out to my 4 brothers. Keep being you, but you'll never be me. And lastly, but definitely not least, shout out to my favorite niece, Addison, future Volleyball Hall of Famer. Congrats to all the other athletes here tonight, and for your accomplishments during your high school athletic careers and all of your achievements post-grad. I've made so many memories within these halls and on these fields during my time at Neshaminy High School, and tonight I get to continue the tradition. Thank you, and go Skins.
Fran did forget to mention that she was also a member of our state championship soccer team in 2013. I only know that because I was the coach. All right, next up, from the class of 2014, for soccer, someone else I coached at the time, our goalkeeper, McKenna Mullen. McKenna Mullen holds many school records, but some that she's most proud of. She has 18 single-season shutouts as our goalkeeper. She has a school record for 46 career shutouts. And she was also part of the undefeated 25-0 season where we were not only league but district state champions. Congratulations. I'm so happy to see you, McKenna Mullen.
Hi, everyone. I would like to first congratulate the other inductees here tonight. It is so special hearing everyone's memories and experiences that are uniquely Neshaminy. I would also like to thank Mrs. Lisa Pennington for her efforts in putting together this ceremony and for all the effort that she puts into the Neshaminy athletics. Next, I would like to thank the Hall of Fame committee for thinking of me to receive this honor and including me in such a storied Neshaminy Athletics Hall of Fame. This moment is especially cool for me as I now mark the third generation of Neshaminy Hall of Fame athletes in my family. My mother was inducted for gymnastics and my late grandfather for basketball. Needless to say, my family could not wait for me to put on a Neshaminy jersey, and it showed. My family showed up to every game, both soccer and basketball, for 4 years. They were loud, they were proud, and they always succeeded in starting the Redskin Rumble. As a teenage girl, it was horrifying, but now I realize how lucky I truly am. I knew that no matter where we played, Parkland or Hershey Park, no matter the conditions, ridiculously hot or 30 degrees and raining at William Tennant, I could look into the stands and see my family. I love you guys. I would not be standing here today without the support and love from my mom and dad. My parents both made so many sacrifices just so my 3 siblings and I could participate in all the activities that we wanted to do. I know given the chance they would do it all again, and I thank you both for that. I wouldn't trade the sleepless nights listening to dad snoring in hotel rooms or crazy cleaning the house before the entire team comes over for a pasta party for anything. Thank you both, Mom and Dad, for always supporting me and loving me. I love you guys. My fiance, Brendan, is also here with me tonight. I met him in college, but he supported me, and I can't wait to marry you next month. I was also very fortunate to play with such talented athletes here at Neshaminy who made my job as a goalie much easier. Together as a team, we were so determined to be the best. We wanted to be the fastest and the strongest, and we definitely had a shirt that said something like that. We challenged each other every day at practice, and we lifted each other up during games. We really were a perfect team. Thank you, guys. Neshaminy Girls Soccer is not for the weak. We run a lot, even still today. I remember going home as a 9th grader after the first session of preseason thinking that there's literally no way we could run more, but we did, and we ran every session after that. Coach Clem had a really huge impact on my life, not because she made us run a lot, but because she made us more resilient. She also instilled in me life skills like being prompt and prepared and being confident, knowing that I'm prepared for the task at hand. The skills and habits followed me into my collegiate career and allowed me a lot of success there. Now that I coach, I hope that I can make a difference the way she did for me. I also want to thank Coach Reese and Van Reed for coaching me and also allowing me to coach with them. Neshaminy Girls Soccer is such a special program because it gave me lifelong friends and memories. Not only did we get to experience jog sprints and not shaving for 4 months together, staying hairy, and a perfect 25-0 state championship, but we get to watch each other succeed in our professional lives, get married, have babies, and for that, I'll always be grateful to NGS. Thank you.
Next up, from the class of 1984, Tom Foley for men's soccer. Tom Foley was a team captain. He was also a member of the 1982 PIAA District 1 champions and the 1982 PIAA State Championship. They won 20, 0, and 4. It's a shame about that 4. I also got to coach with Tom Foley in the beginning of my soccer career, and I feel like him and Coach Reese pretty much shaped the coach that I became, so I always wanted to say thank you. Congratulations.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to say what an honor it is to be here tonight, joining so many great players in the Neshaminy Hall of Fame. It's extra special to be inducted alongside one of my oldest friends and Lower South Apache teammate, Vince McGlynn. To explain what kind of friend Vince is, Vince called me the other day on the bus home from a game, and he said, "I'm down at the barber. I told him your hair looks a mess. I saw you last week. You better get an appointment to get all nice and pretty for the induction ceremony." And so he shaved me into getting a haircut. I hope I look all right, Vinny. So from the start, Vinny and I were lucky to be surrounded by talented teammates. Vince and I were coached by two young guys named Heg and Gary Paluian. They worked us really hard and developed us into strong players. Later, another Hall of Famer and good friend, Mark Ozarski, joined our team and made us that much stronger. At 9th grade, I met John Koshwitz, who was another Hall of Famer, and with the help of some of our Lower South teammates, we went undefeated that year. By the sophomore year, John and I were fortunate enough to earn starting spots on the varsity and had an opportunity to play some more Hall of Fame players in Steve Popescu and Jeff Bond. My junior year was unforgettable. Even after losing Steve and Jeff to graduation, we were loaded. Mark and Vince joined the varsity team as sophomores. John and I were juniors. Hall of Famer Eric Weindl anchored our defense. Hall of Famer Jim Locke contributed to our strong midfield. Coach Heff pushed us hard every day, worked us, jog sprints, you name it, got the poisons out, and got us through an undefeated season through districts and into the state championship. The final game against Fleetwood, we went 10 overtimes. We got down 1-0 against Fleetwood. Mark Oz scored the equalizer to make it 1-1. I think maybe we should tell the secret, Oz, that I actually scored a goal and you never touched it. And then Scott Mertz's game winner off of Vinny's assist in the 10th overtime is what made that group super special. Lots of resilience, never giving up, and that led us to an undefeated season at 20-0-4. I will always be grateful to my coaches, especially Coach Heff, who instilled a strong work ethic in me and demanded our best effort. My parents, my mom, who was our taxi driver for all the soccer events, she was the booster leader when I was in high school, and my biggest fan. My dad, who would knock the ball around with me even though he didn't know how to kick a ball. He would attend every single game. He'd give me the critique after the game, even if I wanted to hear it or not. And usually it was pretty good information and made me into a better player. And finally, all the teammates that I was fortunate to play alongside, Mark Ozarowski, Jeff Bond, Steve Popescu, John Koshwitz, Jim Laughlin, Eric Weindl, Jim McCourt, Vince McGlynn, all in the Neshaminy Hall of Famers. Playing with talent forced me to raise my level and made those years unforgettable. Thank you, Neshaminy, for this incredible honor, and congratulations to all the other inductees.
Next up, from the class of 1985, men's soccer nominee, Vincent McGlynn. Oh, I can't wait for this. The trash talk can begin. Let's go. Vince was a first-team All-League for the Trenton Times, first-team Golden Team for all area, two-time District 1 champions, and the two-time PIAA state champion team. The class of 1985 soccer nominee, Vincent McGlynn. Congratulations.
All right. I'm following Foley, so I don't have a long speech as Foley does. I want to thank the committee for electing me, and that's a very big honor. I also want to, let me start my speech. All right, standing here tonight as an inductee of Sports Hall of Fame is something I never imagined when I first stepped on the field as a high school kid. I want to begin by thanking the committee for the recognition. It is a true honor to me. Being acknowledged for something that I love doing is special. But what makes this even more meaningful is thinking about who I shared those moments with. I had the privilege of playing with a group of guys who weren't just teammates, they were brothers. We pushed each other, supported each other, and gave everything we had on the field. What started as a soccer team turned into a lifelong friendships. And I'm proud to say those guys today are friends of mine, best friends of mine today. We won games, we lost a few, but most of all, we created memories that will carry on forever. Of course, none of it would have been possible without my family. Thank you for standing there in the cold and the rain, cheering from the sidelines, for the encouragement when things didn't go our way, and always believing in me. Your support was a foundation for everything I achieved. To Mr. Heff, who pushed me, challenged me, helped me grow, not just as a player, but as a person, thank you. Your lessons went way beyond the game. This award is not about me, it's not about goals, not about games won. It's about teamwork, commitment, and the people who helped shape the journey. I'm incredibly proud to be part of this and truly honored and remembered this way. I want to thank all my friends and family who came out to support me tonight. Thank you.
Next up, another girls soccer inductee, class of 2006, Devin Swaim. In 2006, Devin was SLO Player of the Year. And in 2004, excuse me, I missed that one first, she was Courier Times Player of the Year, PSAC All-State Team. PSAC? Westchester, yeah. And, yes. And then the NCAA Regional Team, All-American Team. I also had the pleasure to have Devin on my coaching staff at one point here. However, she is currently the head coach over at Conwell Egan. And I have to say, I'm pretty impressed with those T-shirts that you have on for her tonight. So congratulations, Coach Swaim.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to be honest and say I planned to wing it, but I had enough time to type a little something up. So, first, congrats to all the fellow inductees. It's an honor to share the stage with such stellar athletes. So, just a few quick thank yous. Thank you to all my teammates and coaches along the way. You have left a lasting impact that I still carry with me today. A special shout out to Coach Clemdog, Coach Foldog, and Reese PC for your unwavering support and guidance. Thank you for allowing me to be myself on and off the field. I know we gave Coach Reese a lot of heck. I didn't want to curse, so I said heck. But we sure were his favorites. Putting his professional player picture with his mini afro on t-shirts and printing them out and putting them all over the school comes to mind. Thank you, Mom, Dad, Nick, and Gina, for sacrificing your time and energy to going with me to all the away tournaments that turned into family vacations, miles spent driving on the turnpike, and weeknights at the field. I wouldn't have had the soccer career I've had if it weren't for you guys, so thank you. Plus, my brother got to throw parties when I had tournaments anyway, so it was an even trade-off. Thank you to Cordero, my husband, Cora, and baby Newkirk number 2, due in February. Thank you for your unconditional love and support. Thank you for watching and listening to all the soccer stuff in the house. I guess I'm officially the best athlete in the family now. I just want to say it's an honor and a privilege to be a woman in sports. As a coach and a ref and a former player, I just hung up my boots. Soccer has provided me the opportunity to travel the world, make lifelong relationships, and accomplish things other people have only dreamt of, like playing with Tobin Heath and other national team member players. It's okay to take up space and be a strong, confident woman on and off the field and be proud of who you are. Thanks, go Skins, and go Birds.
Next up, this one is especially special to me. For the class of 2010, Miss Samantha Creamer for softball. I had the pleasure of coaching Sam for my last season, and Devin, I feel you. I was pregnant with baby number 2 as well in that season. I really restrained from like belly bump and umps and stuff, like it wasn't safe, you know what I mean? So I really tried. But Sam was a part of a class of freshmen that I brought up. So I had 4 years with these girls, and they were my last class, so I'm trying not to get teary-eyed. But Sam was just one of those girls that if I asked to eat a cup of dirt, she'd be like, how much? And if I said run through that wall, she would do it as well. So one of those athletes that you dream of. Sam's accolades, you can see them up here. In 2009 as a junior, she was a first team All-League award winner. In her senior year of 2010, same thing, first year team All-League, first team Golden, and a 4-year varsity letter winner. I'm so proud of you, and congratulations, Samantha Creamer, class of 2010 for softball.
So I, despite having all the time to prepare, did not, unlike Devin. So I'm gonna wing it, so here we go. I wanna first thank the Hall of Fame committee for considering me. It's a pretty big honor. I flew back. I recently moved to Kansas City because of my fiance. I know, guys. But I flew back because it was such a big honor and important to me. Never dreamed that I'd be here. I want to thank my coach, Coach Hauser. She dealt with my antics and my team's antics for 4 years, including when I showed up to, I think, the first practice of my sophomore year with a broken hand. So, really grateful for that. And as she mentioned, I was a freshman, and I came from the middle school. So that was like Brittany, my also bowling teammate. So it was scary, but Coach Hauser welcomed us with open arms, and I'm eternally grateful for that. I also want to thank my family, my parents especially. When I was 8 years old, I remember begging my dad to sign me up for softball, and I got my start right here at Neshaminy Little League. His support and coaching meant the world to me, and honestly, I wouldn't be the softball player I am today without him. And as for my mom, the countless miles spent on the road going to and from softball tournaments that either were 3 hours away by car or by plane, depending on the weekend. You never knew what you were gonna get, but without their support, I wouldn't have been able to be here today. And my sister Lauren as well. We did share 1 year together here at Neshaminy when I was a senior and she was a freshman. She always pushes me to be a better person and a better player. Even she likes to remind me that she hit more home runs. Really just grateful to be here. Congratulations to all the other inductees, and I'm really excited to be a part of this. And P.S. don't worry, I am flying back to Kansas City to go to the Eagles game, so go Birds.
Next up, track and field, class of 2015, David Marrington. David was a 3-time SWL Boys 300 meter hurdles champion. 2014, 2015, 2-time Boys District 300 meter hurdles champion. And in 2015, PIAA Boys 300 meter hurdles state champion. He also holds the school record and meet record in the 300 meter hurdles. Is someone here accepting on his behalf, or one of his teammates? Oh, that's right, he's at the wedding. Are you gonna come and accept on his behalf? Thank you.
I'll just say something quick about Dave. Dave is one of the best track athletes. These statistics do not represent what this guy could do with some spikes on the track. The 4x8 indoor school record, that was because of Dave. The 4x4 outdoor school record, that was because of Dave. There's probably other records I don't know off the top of my head, but he's a phenomenal guy, tremendous athlete, and I wish he could be here, but he's at his sister's wedding in Vermont. So congrats to Dave.
Next up, our volleyball nominee for the class of 2007, Michael Small. Michael was first team All-League his senior year. He also was the MVP for the Christopher Dock tournament. He was the Offensive Player Award for the team and led the team that year in kills and blocks. Congratulations, the volleyball nominee, class of 2007, Michael Small.
I know despite the last name, I am not small. I want to thank Neshaminy and the Hall of Fame committee for this great honor. I certainly did not expect to be receiving this award when I started playing volleyball many years ago. And to be honest with you, going into middle school and into high school, I thought volleyball was only for girls. So the fact that Coach Schneider was able to identify me at a young age and see the potential in me with my height and to be able to play a sport that I've had come to grow and love is really a great honor, and thank you, Coach. I want to thank Coach for all the push-ups and the sprints that I didn't think were needed in volleyball, but certainly helped get us prepared for all of our games. Volleyball is really a sport that has meant a lot to me over the years, and not only did I play in high school, but I also went on to play in college, and it's really just been a true blessing over the course of my life. I want to thank my parents for all the love and support over the years. Again, driving me to and from different tournaments, getting me ready for all the practices and the games, and just attending a lot of my events. It's a really honor to be able to share this achievement with my family here tonight. Driving over here tonight, my oldest son said, "Hey, Dad, are you going to shout us out during your speech?" And I told him, sure I would. So I want to thank my wife, Colleen, and my 4 boys, Gavin, Kellen, Beckett, and Landon, for all the love and support that they have for me still today. With Coach, I have also learned a love of coaching. I coach all of my boys in soccer, baseball, and basketball right now. And until they get a little bit older, I can continue to do that until they want to specialize, and then that may not be the case. But thank you again for this great honor and for sitting through everyone's speeches. Thank you to all the other nominees. It's really an honor to be able to share this experience with you. Thanks.
So last but not least is we are honoring an entire team to go into the Hall of Fame tonight. It is going to be, heck yeah, the 1979 PIAA State Championship softball team from Maple Point. Hold on. Wait a sec. Hold on. So, coaching a state championship in softball, this is no easy feat. So the hard work and determination and everything that goes into it, and following in your footsteps, I couldn't be more proud to do something like that. So when we call your name, please come up to accept your award. And first we have head coach Margie Tigner. Miss Tigner is wearing the PIAA softball shirt from that day, which is awesome, by the way, and her medal. It still fits. So that is beautiful. Margie coached the team with assistant coach Clary Hillard and assistant coach Barry Pacey. Of course. So Clary Hillard, please come up. And Barry Pacey, please come up. Claire Hillard. Oh, yeah. Mary also has his medal on. Yes! That's so cool. So now we will bring up the team. First we have Nancy Reinhold Bedesum. What position was she? What position? Nancy. Third base? Let's go, Nan. Awesome. All right, so the hot corner, Nancy. Reinhold Bedesum. Isn't it? Next up, we have Susan Blaker. Oh, what position was? Oh, Susan says hi to everyone. What position did she play? Awesome. Second base. Next, we have Sandy Satong Borachiner. Woo! I know her. What position was Sandy? Sandy. Next up, we have Ellen Pepper Boyce. Okay. Next, we have Ellen Callahan. Yay! What position was she? Nan, what position was she? What position was she? Shortstop. Yeah. Next up, we have Sandy Clapton Callender. Hi. Sure. We're in front. Go in front. Okay. Yes. What position? What position? First base. Yes. Next, Lori Hydurick. What position? Outfield. Next up, Melissa Elliott Holmes. Melissa. Second. Let's go. Next up, Sharon Martin. Yeah! Pitcher? She was the pitcher. Can you guys move down a little, Miss Stigner? Coach Stigner said move down. Sharon's coming, the pitcher for the state championship team. With a record of 23-5-0. Next up, we have Joanne Custodio Quinn. Left field. Careful, it's on wheels. No, you're okay. Next up, Karen Wagner. Is Karen here? She lives in Tennessee and is on vacation. What position did she play? Karen Wagner? Catcher. Backup catcher. Next we have KJ Ryman Snyder Wagner. What position was she? Okay. Next up, Marie Snow Walther. This is Marie's sister, Darlene, accepting on her behalf. Thanks, Darlene. Next, we have Cindy Adio Winters. Yay! What position was Cindy? Catcher. And last, certainly but not least, Trish Hartman Zive. Trish Hartman. position. You guys are funny. Congratulations, the 1979 Neshaminy Maple Point softball team with a record of 23-5-0 for their state championship. We are honored and proud to have you with us. So I will turn the mic over to head coach Margie Tigner.
I need my glasses.
Yeah, there you go.
You want to speak first? I can't see. I know. This is a very, very proud moment. We are so glad that we've been recognized. I'm proud to say that I taught physical education and health for 34 years at the Neshaminy School District. And I also graduated from Neshaminy. So there we go. It was wonderful. I have 2 grandchildren that are now at Sandburg, which I'm very proud of. And I have 2 other grandchildren, but they're in Maryland. But I have to mention them. And all 4 of them play sports. Excellent. Okay. It's been 46 years, and I still fit into my Maple Point, well, not all my Maple Point shirts, but I do still fit in the PIAA one, see?
Very cool.
I was proud of all the teams I coached, but this team was the highlight of my career. Thank you to Dan Gallagher for remembering Maple Point's softball team. He's the one that told us suggested we go in the Hall of Fame. My father was the first commissioner of baseball when Lower Southampton Elementary was built in the 50s. He ran all the baseball programs, and I practiced with the boys. Kept score during his games, and then Chuck Mensch started a girls program at Lower Southampton Elementary, and I played for his first travel team. I made the Neshaminy varsity team when I was a sophomore, and after graduating from Neshaminy High School, I attended Morehead State College in Kentucky, and I came home in summers, and I worked at Pequessing Elementary summer camp for Harry Franks, and coached the girls' softball teams at night. Weekends, I played for the East Coast Softball League. I'm only 4'10". That's probably because some of you can't even see me. I'm behind this thing. But I'm only 4'10", and what would happen was I'd come up to bat, and everybody in the outfield would move in thinking, oh, this is some little girl here, and I'd hit it over their heads. So I was like the secret weapon on the team. And I really, really did enjoy doing that. My father was very proud. When Maple Point opened, Harry Franks asked me to coach the softball team in 1979. I'm sorry. He asked me to coach the softball team when Maple Point opened. And in 1979, I was 8.5 months pregnant. Yes. And the team won the state championship. I was the only woman coach there, but the men decided that I could not coach third baseline. They didn't want me on there. And I don't know what Harry Franks said or did, but I was at third base coaching. I was very, very proud of Harry Franks. And yeah, as my girls are saying, I was very, very pregnant. And my son is here tonight. There's DJ. And his children do go to Sandburg, so it's wonderful. Okay. Wait. Okay, we already called the names. See, I have that one written down. I'd like to share part of a letter from Harry Franks And I still have the 4-leaf clover he gave to us the day of the game. This was in my jewelry box. Yeah. Okay. This is a letter from Harry Franks after we won. Let's not forget the coaching staff of Margie Tigner, Barry Pacey, and Claire Hiller. You are the greatest. Your love of youth, kind ways, and coaching abilities paid off. You succeeded because you played the game fairly, squarely, and never lost faith in our team. Mr. Sherman Sickler was our faculty manager and our biggest supporter. He gave us a touch of class. You are champions. May this experience live in your memory always. You are the best. That was a letter that he sent to us after we won. And I also want to thank, I don't know if she's here tonight, but Karen Cirangello. She here today? She's there? Okay, only because, well, she kept the records for my husband's ice hockey team that he coached. And now she does, of course, the sports page for the Herald. And I really enjoy her articles. And I know she's going to write this up wonderfully. She's a Neshaminy graduate. I'd just like to say I'm really proud of the team. I was proud of all the girls I coached. Give them a big hand. It was a great experience.
I think Coach Tigner said it all. The impressive thing was the way they came back. They did not win the league until they were put in the position to play the game. And after they were invincible. Tenacious, adapting, they improved every game. And there are 501 school districts in the state of Pennsylvania. And you were the best. So I was very proud of these ladies as people. And Neshaminy, thank you very much for including us because these ladies deserve it. Thank you very much for the night.
Before you go off the stage, they're interested in trying to get a team picture in front here. So if you could kind of spread yourselves down. Here, we'll hold your stuff. Memphis, could you raise the screen? There's been a request. Can't see anyone's face. Good work, Memphis. All right, we would like to say congratulations to this year's inductees. It is quite an honor to become part of the Neshaminy Hall of Fame. On behalf of the Hall of Fame Committee, I would like to announce the members of the Hall of Fame Committee. Many are here tonight in the crowd, so if you would, as you hear your name, stand up. We do meet once a month, sometimes more frequently. And we have a lot of names and a lot of candidates that come to us. We take a lot of consideration into people who get nominated to us and then ultimately get inducted into the Hall of Fame. So the Hall of Fame committee members include Joe Blair, myself, I'm here, Linda Curley, Dan Gallagher, Hal Heffelfinger, Bob Lovett, Kathleen Mullins-Hauser, Rich Reese, Sheila Murphy, Lisa Pennington, Craig Schneider, Joan Wargo, and last but not least, Sid White.